if that's sweet. All of the questions that you guys have, obviously, being it is an AMA, when we start it, what we'll do is just run it up in Lord's chat. So any questions you've got, send them in Lord's chat. So yeah, without further ado, I'll let Mr. James introduce himself. I've just added him into the call.
How we doing?
How are we?
I'm very, very well, man. How are you doing?
Good, I'm good. So yeah, if you wanted to introduce yourself to everyone that's listening, just before we sort of start answering questions and stuff, because basically how it'll work will be like, you know, if it's a question for me or it's a question for James, then specify like, say like, James or both or HK or whatever, just so you can, you know, give a question to you know, the specific person you want to ask. And then yeah, if you want to introduce yourself, just let everyone know sort of your background, etc. And yeah, we can just get popping with it.
Absolutely, sounds awesome. So yeah, my name's James DCTRADES. I've been in e-commerce for just over 2 years now, and it's going pretty well, to be honest. Working really, really hard. I dropped out of college 2 months in and literally committed everything to this business, and I've pretty much worked 12-hour days every day for over 2 years now. So, you know, it is hard work, but the rewards I'm getting now are absolutely unbelievable, and it is worth every moment that I've put into it. And I would never go back and not have sacrificed what I have sacrificed to get to this point. The freedom is amazing, and it is absolutely worth doing what you guys are doing. And you guys are already in the game. You know, you're already investing into yourselves. So you've taken the first step. So just keep pushing, and hopefully we can have a really positive call. I can give you as much information as I can. Just try and be, you know, a positive influence on you guys going forward.
Definitely. So you've actually built a brand. It's not like you know, running up TikToks, etc. It's you've actually built like a full-on brand, right? Where you know you have stock. Well, I don't know if you have stock or not, but I know you have like photo shoots, use influencers, you know, quite a lot of followers on TikTok, quite a lot of followers on Instagram. So yeah, you've actually built like a physical brand as opposed to sort of just blowing up a product, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's not dropshipping at all. It's branded. We do source the products, obviously, from China into our warehouse. And I used to pack them, but yeah, no longer pack them. And yeah, absolutely, everything's done from the UK.
So you've got your sort of like own fulfillment team doing them for you, or you've got attached to your warehouse where they send out the orders for you, right? Or
Yeah, we
yeah,
have
that's pretty
people in
sick.
house.
And when was it you started the brand?
December 2020 was when we launched. So literally just towards the end of Q4, we had a roll in December.
Sweet. And so how much revenue was it you did this month or last month, was it?
In the last 30 days, we've done around 58,000.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. And you actually, which is pretty sick because obviously I know from experience where I've done like multiple calls with you. For anyone that like might not know, basically me and James met in the first place because he came to me about putting his brand onto organic, and he paid for some consultancy calls. Paid for one call, he loved it. Paid for another call, paid for another. Like we had like 3-4 calls now, and we've got another one coming soon. And yeah, he basically wanted to get into sort of organic, and he basically applied everything I told him in the calls, and it worked out really, really well. Because I know you went from like 5K followers on TikTok to what was it? You went like you gained like 30,000 followers in like 3 weeks or a month or something stupid like that.
Yeah, it was very, very short period of time. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do ads and organic, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Purely TikTok.
Yeah, were you doing ads before and then you went to organic, or?
So yeah, we were running Facebook ads for a year when we launched. I got into TikTok at the start of this year, well, I think December 2021, and we've transitioned to 100% TikTok, and it's the best platform by a mile.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so I think we'll start running up some questions just so you guys got a little bit of an introduction. If you guys wanted to start sending in questions, and yeah, just any question you've got for me or James, yeah, just run every single question. Make the most of the next 45 minutes. and we'll both answer the questions to our greatest ability if possible. And I think you've already got a question. If you per se can't answer the question, James, then you can tennis ball it over to me, and I can try my best to answer it as well.
Absolutely. So, James, what kind of sacrifices were the most difficult and how did you stay consistent? For me, the biggest sacrifice was not being able to go out a lot. It's entrepreneurship and grinding on your computer all day in your room. It can get very lonely, and you have to have a lot of drive and desire to do it. And it actually can be hard to enjoy the journey in e-commerce, in my opinion. It has been, and it will be at a lot of times. So yeah, the number one sacrifice was having to not being able to go out with friends, seeing everyone on Instagram, going out, doing whatever. And I was here, even if I wasn't even making much progress, I was just trying to do it. And that was definitely the biggest sacrifice.
Yeah, what I would say actually as well, touching on that, is I've sort of, and as you guys can tell from my personality, of a lot of you lords that have been in the Lords for a while, and you guys know from my personality that I'm quite a ruthless person. And I've never always been like that. I've always been sort of like people that are in here that went to school with me, like Jay Sids went to school with me. Literally grew up with him. He knows that before I wasn't as ruthless, but now I'm sort of as ruthless, straight to the point and stuff like that. Like the sacrifices that I've made, I've cut off friends. I've cut off, I've even cut off, this sounds mad, but I've even cut off family members that hadn't full belief in what I'm doing and don't agree with what I'm doing. I cut off every single thing because, to me, surrounding yourself, the most important thing out of everything is surrounding yourself with like-minded people, because intoxicating yourself with ideologies from other people that don't agree and don't have the same mindset as you. For example, when I was at sixth form, people were saying, "Oh, you're fucking stupid for doing this. Why would you want to do this? Oh, you should just go to uni as a backup, etc." Like it's you have to build up a sort of resilience to block out the noise and basically not focus on any of the noise, and just keep tunnel vision and focus on sort of the path and the vision that you have, as opposed to listening to what other people's opinions are on you.
Absolutely agree.
Another question for Jay Sids for you, James.
So, what was the biggest challenge we've had to come? What was the biggest challenge we've had to overcome so far? That's a very, very good question, and there isn't going to be one specific challenge you have to overcome. It's the combined challenge of doing it every day. But one specific thing that we've had to overcome that was very challenging: consistent content and creatives, I would say, is the number one thing. Constantly churning out content. If you get very few views on a video, having the motivation to keep pushing, keep trying new things, and keep reaching out to new people to try and find, information from others. I would say that's definitely the biggest challenge, is content.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from there as well, because a lot of, with brands as well, like people just love to take the piss, especially influencers, like with what they charge and stuff. So yeah, I can definitely see where that is a big challenge, especially with like the UGC stuff at the moment, where people are charging stupid money to make a five. I've seen people charging £150 to make a 5-second video. Like it's actually kind of fucking nuts at the moment. But yeah, what were the main pitfalls which you had to overcome in the past 2 years, James?
The main pitfalls we've had to overcome, I'd say, as I say, yeah, consistent content and not really knowing what to do. The number one thing that I should have done at the start is reach out to more people and invest in myself. For example, investing into consultation calls with Harvey and many other people. And just by doing that, it just saves you absolutely ages. And there is 0 point trying to figure out every single thing yourself. And you guys obviously know this because you invest into this chat. But it is so important to get yourself out there, reach out to people, and just ask people how to do it. Because if you don't, you're going to make so much mistakes and you're just going to be burnt out. And yeah, it's not a good path. So that's definitely the biggest pitfall I've overcame, and I would recommend doing that.
What made you decide to start a jewelry brand? Was there some product research that sparked your idea, or what was it that you sort of went, I want to do a jewelry brand?
To be honest, I was very, very desperate at the time, and I just wanted to try something. And I saw a few brands doing it, and they looked successful, so I just gave it a go, and I persisted until it worked. But the thing that I got fortunate with is that I didn't know it at the time, but trying a product with huge demand, even if it's massively saturated, is so important. The key here is just to model success. So if you can see a brand doing lots and lots of numbers, or tons of brands, tons of customers, just model it, because you do not need to reinvent the wheel here. People have done this before you, and if you're in a saturated market, you're going to be paid based on your ability to outperform others. And it's not a demand problem; it's actually a performance problem. So
Yeah,
if
that was actually a good question that I just had. That I think a lot of people would love to hear as well. What do you think? Obviously, I've been in the ecom game for a little bit. Well, I originally started a brand and then went into dropshipping. But what do you think? Sort of like, because obviously there's a lot of people making jewelry brands. But what do you think it is that's sort of set you aside from the likes of the average Joe that's trying to start a jewelry brand and they don't really do as well, whereas obviously you've broken through a very saturated market? Do you think that boils down to the content that you get, or do you think it's the way that you angle things, or do you think it's the way that you speak to your customer? Like what do you personally think is what you do is the reason why you're seeing so much success?
I think we have a great price point. We identified the best sellers from multiple brands and then put them all into our brand. So before even making it, we knew that these were going to be hot sellers because we could see hundreds of reviews on other brands. So taking the best out of each and every element of the other brands and just modeling it really helped. Our product quality is amazing, and actually it is such a high demand product. I mean, every guy wants a chain at the moment. So it's hot, it's trending, and it's probably going to be around for a long time. But yeah, the
Yeah,
biggest separator was just modeling success, because I already knew it was going to be successful because I'd already seen these brands doing it. So as I say, the only thing that would stop me being successful is my performance, not the demand of the product.
definitely a very good answer. And as well, to touch on that, I think one of the best books that I ever read. I read when I was about 16. Was a book called How to Steal Like an Artist, and basically inside the book it was stealing like an artist, art form of taking inspiration. I'm pretty sure I've used this quote when I was in one of your calls with you. Taking inspiration from other people, taking loads. Take, for example, in your niche, you best bits from each of them and merge it into your own and add your own spin on it. Don't be afraid to take inspiration from other people. Don't be afraid to take inspiration from what other people are doing. Adding it all up, what I think about is like, take it from each and every. So everyone has like a pile, right? Take it from each person's certain pile, throw it into your own pile, and then add your own spin on it. And that's how I've actually taken an outlook on life. I've seen what's working, and then I've seen what's working for someone else. I've seen what's working for someone else. Right. Analyze each point of what works well for them, what works well for them, what works well for them. Right. Take that all in and then make it into your own thing. Add your own spin to it. And I've seen that that's always works well. It's like no artist has ever come up with an original painting. They've taken inspiration from loads of other artists, taking that all in. Because if you actually think about it, no idea is a new idea. Every single idea is made up of things that we've surrounded ourselves in, our environment, our upbringing, etc. So every single idea is actually just there's no unique idea. There's no new idea. It's just ideas from inspirations from other people that have been successful. So one thing I would say is definitely give that book a read. And the one bit of advice I would say for sort of creativity and thinking of a new brand idea or even a new product idea or a new content idea, take inspiration from other people, add like loads of people, and then add your own spin to it.
Very good points there, man. Everything is, yeah, very true.
James, why jewelry? I think you answered that, but James, why jewelry as a niche? Did you see it as a trend or something?
It's great margins.
Oh yeah, the
Very, yeah,
margins are insane, aren't they?
margins are absolutely fantastic, and there's just such high demand for it, and it was proven before. So I had less risk because I knew it could work.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like in the UK as well, there's been a lot of, like, in the past 2 years, a lot of jewelry brands that have been doing well. So I can see where you've taken inspiration from that. Do you use influencers? If so, what do you use to find them? How do you find these influencers?
Absolutely. So yeah, influencers are absolutely massive, and especially on TikTok, they just play such an important role in our advertising campaigns as well as our organic, and in fact, I actually found an influencer on Instagram, and now he runs my TikTok for me on the organic side of things. So yeah, we absolutely do use them.
Oh
How
yeah, I
do I
remember speaking about that.
how do I find them? I got an idea of Harvey, and it's a burner account. So essentially, creating a second account on your phone, following tons of different accounts in your niche, and just every day scrolling on your For You page and following everything that's relevant, and you will find them. And they are very important. And one thing I will say is if you're trying to get influencer content for, let's say, paid advertising, go for the higher tier influencers because in my experience, if they're good influencers, they've made their come up on TikTok. Let's say they have 20, 30, 40,000 followers plus. They know how to make content. So when you repurpose that, it's going to be good. Whereas if you go to these young guys that've got like 2,000 followers, they've got a couple videos that have blown up, they're useless, man. So yeah, make sure you go to good influencers. Make sure they've had their come up on TikTok, and make sure that they can create content relevant for you, and you know what you're going to use that content for after you receive it.
Yeah, so another point that I'd touch on that actually, when I first started my brand, a lot of the things that I would do I would go to competitors, and you guys can even do this. And I had a question earlier in the Lord's chat where it was like, oh, how would I be able to? How would I scale? How would I scale? So one thing that you can actually do is, and this is still within the means of organic, but obviously don't be afraid to venture out. What I said to James on a call once on a consultation call is what you should do is try find like a list of 50 micro influencers, right? And this is for more organic, not paid, for what James was just talking about. Try find a list of micro influencers, send 50 people that are micro influencers on TikTok. They might have like 20k followers, 50k, or up to 100k, right? And just send them the product, right? Every single one of them. If 50 people make a video each on the product, I know that might obviously that's quite expensive, but let's say if you just do 10, and it's like, I don't know, you can source the product from Ali or from the supplier, I mean, for a tenner, right? You're spending £100 on 10 videos. You're bound to at least get a video that is going to work. And if you don't, then obviously if you are a brand, you can repurpose that video and make it work onto TikTok, onto TikTok ads, right? If you're running ads, you can repurpose that UGC that you get and add it onto ads. And what I've said to a lot of brands is send your product to as many, literally like what Tate does, right? How you see Tate everywhere. Make it so your product is just seen by everyone. There's like sending out 50 chains to 50 different influencers. So many people are going to just start seeing your brand everywhere. There's a saying where it's like your brand has to be seen at least 7 times before someone makes a purchase with regards to ads, right? With organic, it's a little bit different, but that's why the conversion isn't as good as organic, because with their this is getting a bit technical now, but it's like they're the top of the funnel, right? And that's an ads term, but basically what it is like if you send it out to this many people, your product is just going to be seen everywhere and just take over TikTok. Everyone's going to know your bra. I see it here, see it here, see it here, and you're just going to basically take over. So yeah, did you use continuous ads or really promote it during peak times, e.g. Q4 times? Not sure if you can answer that or not. I don't really understand that question, but
oh, I'm going to assume you're asking, do we increase our budget during peak times like Q4? And we will only increase our ad budget based on the performance. So if we're at Christmas and we're doing bad, we're not going to increase it. Right now, our performance is amazing, and we're, July? So we're just increasing it. So it's purely based on the maths and the ads. It has nothing to do with the time of year.
How did you overcome seeing, so this is with organic, how did you overcome seeing low views on your creatives and manage to stay consistent in posting for weeks and months?
By getting motivation, by booking calls with Harvey and others, and modeling trends. Again, you don't need to reinvent the wheel with your organic as well. I'm sure you guys know this, but the quickest way to grow is by modeling other viral videos in your niche, and
also being very consistent as well, should I say, because James has been very consistent over the past 3-4 months. He's not been like, 10 views, well, I'm just going to sack TikTok off. He's been very, very consistent over a long period.
Also add that I've had a few viral videos, well, quite a few now, but I've found success from lots and lots and lots of videos and tons of frequency going out there, just getting like 5K views, 10K views, and the occasional 100K, the occasional million. But I'm by no means that 20K day guy just from one video and then I don't get any sales for the next 2 weeks. I'm constantly going out there no matter what. I'm uploading, 3 times a day. And that's how I've found success with it. And actually you'll build fans over time. These followers will constantly see you and they'll buy.
What are your future plans for the brand, scaling wise, diversification, etc.? It's a two-part question. And have you had any other ventures, business ideas that failed before the brand?
Okay. I'll answer the failing one.
Yeah, we'll start with the future plans for the brand.
Start with the future plans for the brand. It's very hard to say, numbers wise. I mean, we're aiming for 100K a month by the end of the year. We should hit that. And our main goal is to hire out a Google Ads agency within the next couple months. And I'm going to start running Snapchat ads this month. Just try and get all of the pieces of the pie together. And that's the main goal. I mean, I'm not predicting the future. I'm just trying to scale. I'm doing this day by day. Just trying to scale, trying to build a sick brand and actually try and provide a product that people really love. And that's again why we're able to scale up quite fast, is because we have a huge lifetime value. So I think it's like 28% of customers actually come back to us after their first purchase, which, if you know about Shopify, that's absolutely huge. Because we now give them like an incredible leather bag. We have an amazing box. We have a fantastic email sequence, which is personal and thanks them from James, the founder, and everything runs really smoothly. And that's played a massive role. But yeah, plans for the brand, just scale, man.
So, what's your brand name, if you don't mind me asking? I would love to see your website and how you differentiate yourself from the competition.
Called Undeniable London. You may have seen it. Undeniable London. If you check it out on mobile, the site is optimized for mobile. And yeah, that's my brand.
How much does an influencer of that stature cost for a video? So I assume, yeah, he was talking about, when you mentioned how you use, how to go for the higher tier influencers for your UGCs and for running ads. What was the sort of pay and the cost for the video, or whatever you paid an influencer to make the video?
It's very varied on the person. Typically, a lot of these bigger influencers, well, not bigger ones. I mean, if you're talking under 100K, that's what I'm talking. I've never gone to an influencer with like millions of followers. But sometimes you can get the first one free. But if not, you might be spending £250. You might be spending £500. I'm just going to an influencer who you guys might know, Culture Force on TikTok. I'm sure some of you guys know him. He's charging me £1,000. But I'm going for it, man. Just got to risk this shit. But very, very varied.
I rate that mindset, yeah. Because realistically, if it fails, then who the fuck cares? You've got a brand that's making, you're able to risk it. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, you've got a brand churning out sales every single day. It's not like, oh, if I do that, my life's over. You've got, your whole life ahead. You're the same age as me as well. So it's like, realistically, it doesn't matter whether it doesn't work or not. You still, it's at least it's a learning curve. Don't look at it as a loss. Just look at it as a lesson for the future.
Absolutely. And I'll also add this: if you guys have a product, well, more of like you're going more the branded approach. If I do, well, when I get this shout out on TikTok, and let's say the actual organic post doesn't work, but because I know he's such a good influencer, repurposing for ads is very, very powerful. I know this is an organic chat, but it actually is incredibly powerful, especially if you can get an influencer with authority in your industry. It can be very powerful. So organic isn't the only way. When you combine these two, you remove a lot of the risk.
Are you able to maintain a consistent ROAS on TikTok ads? What's your strategy towards maintaining one?
That's a good question. So I do not worry about the media buying side of things, in terms of I'm not trying to go in there and look at A/B campaigns and flipping around with different glitches and all that. I'm doing a simple CBO campaign, which, if you don't know, is literally just the most basic campaign. And I try and get 100% of my performance purely from the video and the creative. I'm not trying to go in there and duplicate ads and different budgets here, which is what a lot of these gurus will tell you. 90% of your performance will come from the video, and it will also free up way more time. And if you're spending 90% of your time on the video, that is how you're gonna become wealthy and actually, have a big brand. Because all these glitches, they last like 2 days or whatever. But your goal is to become a very valuable person, become a very good marketer, and not just someone who can scale an ad for a day. You want to be in this game for a long time, and I'm sure you guys want to be in the marketing game for the rest of your life. So learning is the key.
Yeah, one thing I would also say about that is what you said about maintaining a consistent ROAS on TikTok ads. I would also recommend to make sure that you have a consistent wheel of UGC and content and creatives, because a lot of creatives that you run on TikTok ads can die out very fast. And I know from a lot of my friends that run ads and stuff like that, that being on the ball with having constant creatives that you can just chuck in and update, rather than keep running the same sort of creatives, keep constantly churning the creative wheel. I know that definitely helps on top of that.
Absolutely, yeah. Got to have a lot of ads.
How do you find the balance between creating pieces that the market wants versus creating pieces that you think look good?
I solve this by going for either creators that have already proven themselves to create good content, or just modeling other ads. So rarely, and I learned this from you again, Harvey, I try not nowadays just to do 100% from pen and paper. I'm always trying to reference my ads and my videos from other pieces of content, and they'll help you out massively doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Is your full focus on? Oh, I think this is, I guess, a question for both. Can you give us advice for Insta Reels? Do you want to go first, or?
Yeah, I can't really give you advice on Instagram Reels because I haven't pushed them enough.
Okay, sweet. So, with regards to Insta Reels, it's just a case of having a lot of creative. It's just mass posting loads and loads of videos. There's no specific thing of do this, do that, use this sound. It's a bit more basic compared to TikTok. So it's just posting as many videos as possible. But I've actually got a little bit of source that I'm going to be adding. I'm going to make an Instagram reel chat in the Lords. There was sort of like this clickbait thing that I've been seeing in the Explore page that is boosting the reels out onto the Explore page. Stuff to do with the thumbnail you use and stuff like that. A lot of mass posting. Take your videos from TikTok, post them on Instagram Reels. Take your competitors' videos from TikTok, download them from Snap TikTok app, and repost them. If you've got a product that you're running on TikTok, right, and there's other competitors, take their most viral videos and just post them onto Reels, because realistically, no one's going to know at the end of the day. If they're not doing it, then it's just a waste of free content. Do you know what I mean? So repost those onto your Instagram Reels. And yeah, that's what I would say. Do you have a company? Oh, is your full focus on this jeweler brand, or do you have any other brand ideas that you want to pursue? Or is it just full focus on the jewelry brand?
Yeah, at the moment, my full focus is the jewelry brand. I also trade in the stock market, so obviously it's not e-commerce. But yeah, I do plan to start a stock market education business. But yeah, that's not related.
Do you have a company who packs it all? So do you have like a fulfillment center, or what? Do you deal with a fulfillment center? Do you deal with a 3PL, or what?
Yeah, no, I don't have a 3PL. I've hired one of my friends.
I rate that. That is, bro, I love that, because that's exactly what I did. I paid when I had my clothing brand and I didn't have anyone to fulfill my orders. I actually paid my a cousin, I think it's a cousin, or yeah, it was just a family member, to basically pack my orders and then take them to the Royal Mail. So I didn't have to do it. Obviously, I was doing it at first, and then I got them to do it. And then in the end, once I scaled to a certain amount, when I was doing about 2K a day from ads with my clothing brand, I had a fulfillment center. If anyone's interested in some good fulfillment centers, I do know some fulfillment centers within the UK. But yeah, that's basically what I did. HK, do you think it's important to learn to go viral yourself before you pay a UGC creator? Without a doubt, because if you don't know how to go viral yourself, how are you going to know if a UGC creator that's making your videos are good or not? If they're making these UGC videos for you, you're not even going to be able to differentiate whether they're making a good video or not. So let's say if it doesn't go viral, right? you don't actually know the specific reasons of why it's not gone viral. You don't know realistically the UGC creator could do what they want and roam free, and do whatever they want. I would advise you to learn how to go viral yourself first, and then build a sort of team, right? And this is what I've been saying to you guys, with regards to organic. And obviously, I know a lot of you guys, just focus on one product. But what I do is I focus on a whole portfolio. So I focus on having like 5-6 stores at once, whether that's through running split stores, whether that's hiring UGC, whether that's hiring content creators, whether that's hiring a team. Basically, focus on the whole portfolio, and don't just focus on your one specific brand. And that's also going to enable you to scale. But yeah, definitely learn how to go viral yourself first, then go to UGC creators, and then it's going to enable you to run more organic brands. Pretty sure Ecom King did like 1 million in 3 months from organic, and that was called Fruity. I'm pretty sure it was called Fruity Blender or something like that. They've got 1 million followers. It's something like that, Fruity Blend or something like that. What percentage of your revenue does organic make up roughly, James?
So yeah, it will be very rough, but we're spending around 15,000 on ads and generating, well, let's say 50k a month. So can't do the maths off the top of my head, but we're spending 15 grand a month on ads.
And
50k
what sort of average ROAS is that on the whole spend?
It's about a 2.8 ROAS, and that's blended ad spend ROAS. So the rest is organic.
Okay.
So let's say 15k a month from organic.
15k a month from organic, but that is fucking good. Do you know what I mean? That is, considering with the margins of jewelry as well, if 30% of your revenue is coming from, organic, that gives you the leeway to test about with your ads. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people think that I'm a massive hater of ads, but realistically, at the end of the day, combining both is definitely a good idea. Because, if your ads start going to shit, or I don't know, something, God forbid, like that starts happening, you've still got organic. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You've got other things that if that happens, you can fall back on organic. You're not an unprofitable business because you've got 15k coming from organic. That's probably like fucking 10k, probably more with the jewelry margins. That's probably like 10k profit straight there. It's not, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. That's like what ads as well. Obviously, I would recommend not spreading yourself too thin.
Where
That's mad. So
people.
did I. That's how I made my brand.
Yeah, man. So I tried to sell people on their Instagram growth. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen them before, and maybe made 100 quid of it.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't. Not really.
Sweet. HK, how long should it take to make all your daily posts for TikTok? Oh, within an hour max. What I do is I film all my videos. I don't edit them. I just film the base videos that you need, right? And I've actually been recently not filming in TikTok. I've been filming them just from my camera roll, and then re-editing them all in CapCut, and then taking them over and posting them. And that's not actually been affecting my views, which is good. So what you want to do is film your baseline content. So film the basis of the video. So maybe, I don't know, using the product, whatever your video idea is, right? Using the baseline of those and then putting them into CapCut, adding the text, right? And then doing that all. So film the 3 videos that you want, filming the content, and then editing them at home. So within, filming them and then editing them, yeah, about an hour and a half. It's faster to do that. Don't make one video, edit it, blah blah blah. Try and make 3 videos, break it down into little sections. Film the 3 videos, edit the 3 videos, and then add the text, etc. What's the difference when making content for UGC and ads? So I can personally, well, obviously James will know as well, but I know for a fact as well, because I do actually know quite a bit about ads, that with content for UGC, you literally have to be as wild as possible. Whereas ads is very more corporate, not corporate, but it's a lot more focusing on benefits, focusing on price, focusing on the customer, focusing on etc. Whereas UGC is focusing on what will go viral combined with having a product that solves problems, right? It's not, you can go viral with saying the most outrageous shit and convert, right? But whereas if you're running ads, you have to, and you're running a brand, it has to be a bit more on brand, not being really outrageous, not making stupid stepmom jokes and shit like that. You have to be a bit more professional and stuff. You have to be a bit more, has to be definitely a lot more high quality as well. Well, not exactly, but I know with UGC that you post within ads, you do have to spend a little bit more time with regards to what the product looks like. Are you including, someone talking? A lot of videos where people are talking does well, explaining the product. Whereas on TikTok, you can blow up videos with a yeet sound and some outrageous text, and you'll go viral. I don't know if you want to add anything else on top of that as well.
Yeah, just trends won't work as an ad. Yeah, we've tested that, and just trying videos that went viral because they were a trend, and we tried them as an ad and it didn't work. The best ad that we've produced are boxing videos.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the case. I was going to say, with regards to what I said about the corporate thing, that is the, show an unboxing, show the packaging, show the sort of dust bags that you might have, show the branding that you might have. Yeah, that's what I was sort of getting at.
Absolutely.
HK, have you ever come back to a store that did well after a couple of weeks of not posting? Personally, actually, yes, I have. One store only though, went viral, and then for some reason a video went from like 1 million views, jumped to like 4 million views, started going again. That's what I thought, right, okay, it's popping off again. I'm going to reply to a comment from that video, and then that video that I replied to as a comment started doing well as well, which is pretty sick. I'm about to repost my competitors. Cheeky bastard. HK, would you give an example of one of your stores on TikTok? Yeah, maybe at some point. But I don't really share a lot of my stores because I know now that I've got a lot of people in this Discord, right? There's a lot of lords. If I share a store, that store will turn from profitable to fucking nothing in seconds because I know how much you guys are fiends. You'll jump on it ASAP. So yeah,
The reason I can share mine is because branding's very different.
you can't
Drop
replicate.
shipping.
It's harder to replicate.
I'll outcompete you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How many different ad creatives do you have running at a time?
Again, very, very varied, and it all depends on the performance of one ad. So right now, we have a very profitable ad running, and I've made about 10 variations of it with just different hooks on each one. And I think we've got 10 of them, and then about 5 others. But in reality, yeah, that's 6 ads. But find winners and just replicate.
Yeah, what I used
It doesn't
to do.
really matter. It doesn't matter how many, bro. As long as it's good, that's what
definitely.
matters.
What I would do as well, what I used to do on Facebook, it was I would test a bunch of creatives within one ad set. So sort of keep all of your demographic the same, same age, same whatever. Test. So I would keep it broad. If you want to test creative, I would keep your ad set broad. So male. Obviously, if you've got a female, like if you've got a unisex brand as well, male and female. age, you know, keep it broad as possible, maybe one interest. And then what I would do is put a bunch of creatives in there. And from that, you're going to be able to see sort of what creative would be good to go forward with. You know, from what I used to do, I would put them all into sort of one ad set. I would just fucking mass test all the creatives, see which creative would perform. So I would do like a sort of it's what did they used to be called? They were called on Facebook. They were called they were called CBOs, right? And they were called dynamic ad creatives. Basically, I would put like sort of it would be like it would you would do like a £50 or £100 whatever you're testing on one ad set, and it would do test your ads. It would spend accordingly to what ad would do best. So you didn't have to set a specific budget of like £10 per one. It would spend per, you know, what ad set would do best. And then I would just see what ad set did best, what ad did best, take the ad and then just run it up with more spend behind it. That's basically what I used to do. What other questions? What's the max you should post on Reels per day? There is no max. The most you can post, honestly, you know, 5, 6, whatever. Just post as many, to be honest. It doesn't really massively make a difference. Don't know. What do you do if you can't find a product you want to order in to record content for, if it's not on Amazon at HK Fiber? Not on eBay either. Honestly, the best bet that you can do, if there's not like sort of like a page on TikTok, if there's not like a sort of page on Google that you can find that will sell it, sort of like a Toys R Us or, you know, whatever, something like that, like a brand that just sells products, then I would just order it from your private supplier and just tell them to ship it ASAP. Just be like, yo, can you get this to me ASAP? And you know, I've had products delivered to me in like six days before from my private supplier. So yeah, guys, what's the app to download TikTok vids without the watermark? It is snaptic.app. James, what did the growth in sales look like from month to month? Pretty consistent, or did you have fluctuations a lot?
Start, it was very, very fluctuant, but everything compounds, and improving the website has played a significant role in our consistency increasing. But yeah, we're very consistent at the moment. Well, actually, we're not, because we're growing. But it changes day to day. It changes month to month. You can keep it relatively consistent if you're running ads. Organic, you know, it's based on how well you are organic. But yeah, day to day, not very consistent, especially at the start. Now it kind of is, because of the compound effect. But it all depends on how good you are, man. But you can be consistent with ads.
Yeah, definitely as well. What I would say is, like, at the start, and especially with you guys got to remember, right, that James is actually running a full-on brand. Running ads for drop shipping products is definitely a lot harder, right? And with brands, and from my experience as well, it's a lot easier to be profitable faster than testing products from AliExpress and testing products that you run on organic. So don't think that you guys are going to go off this call, take a product from AliExpress, and then you're going to be profitable with ads. Because, and I can assure you that I know a lot of people that have spent £5,000 on ads with regards to drop shipping, not more about a brand, but drop shipping, what we guys do in the Palace, and they've spent stupid money on, I don't know, trying to run ads. For example, let's say one of the products that I dropped in the product drop chat, they'll try run ads for it and they'll spend £5,000, and that's £5,000 down the drain, £1,000 down the drain even. Do you know what I mean? It's and that's quite a lot of money to a lot of people. And if you're not running a brand, that is a lot of money. That's a lot of money to even, you know, to lose £1,000 is a bit peak for just running for ads for a dropshipping page. But what I would say is, with ads, the consistency and the reason why he is now being able to be consistent, James to be consistent, is because over the time he's been able to build up the data, build up, you know, the what works, what doesn't work. But with dropshipping, you've got to remember that if you're testing a product and it doesn't work, there's no, oh, well, I've got data from customers now. If that product doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You know, James is testing a proven, you know, it's an ad, it's a brand concept. He's testing a product that's already proven to get purchases. So the product is already a winner. But with regards to sort of running ads for just a drop shipping brand, you've got just a drop shipping product, you've got to be vigilant that you might be spending $1 to $2 just to see whether a product is good or not. So yeah, thought I would mention that. Just thought it'd be good to mention that just before you guys think that you're just going to start running ads and you're just going to be printing instantly. If you had to start from scratch today, James, what would you do?
If I had to start from scratch, I would start
the first thing you would do if you started a brand.
I'd say two things. You need a lot of demand, so you need proven demand, you need high gross margins, and I would go for a product with recurring revenue. So a consumable good, probably.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely. This is sort of my brand mindset coming out now. And actually, what I'm going to drop later in the products drop is a brand idea. I've not done that before, but I'm going to drop a brand idea, a proven brand idea as well, that I know someone that is printing 200K a month revenue. But yeah, what I would say is with regards to sort of monthly recurring, you could do like subscription boxes. You could do, stuff like that where let's say you made like a food brand, right? So these are ideas that I used to have growing up where I was be like, okay, I'm going to make like a country themed subscription box where I get an Italian one or a Spanish one, and then inside is like the foods from that specific country, the sweets from that specific country. What I would do is just try focus on something that's unique and also has demands, right? So the idea with the food, it's high demand. And another idea I had was it was going to be called Zodiac House, right? And it was basically targeting females, where it was a monthly recurring subscription, where you basically had a box, right, that was like sent to a Taurus or sent to a Libra or sent to a Scorpio or whatever the fuck it is. You have like a box filled with the different like eyelashes, lipstick, blah blah blah, and you could do like loads. This is getting deep, but you could do like loads of shit of how that lipstick represents the Taurus as a person. You know what I mean? Tapping into all that bollocks that the girls believe in, that a lot of girls and probably even fruity boys believe in. No, I'm joking, but yeah, just try to think of how you can offer value from an already proven product that has high demand, right? And these like subscription boxes and subscription ideas, etc. I know someone that's running that sort of like a vape subscription thing where it's like you purchase and then it's going to be sent to your thing monthly. Just sort of being able to provide that value, having something that's going to tick over every single month is very good, because as well, like sort of the lifetime value of the customer is also going to be insane, because if you've got a monthly subscription on your products that you're selling, then let's say you bought like the acquisition that you got that you paid on an ad to get that customer, that now from then on, if it's a subscription basis, from then on everything that he pays is pretty much in essence sort of organic. But yeah, I just thought I'd go on a little bit of a ramble there. Let's see, any other questions? James, recommend your top 3 books.
My favorite book of all time is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Obviously, it doesn't sound like it's a business book, but it is a business book. It's a sales book, and it's an everything book. If you're a beginner, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Think and Grow Rich, and Outwitting the Devil. Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil are both by Napoleon Hill. He's fantastic.
Bangers. Yeah, definitely bangers. I think also I want to add one on there. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich is definitely a banger. And there's one called Psycho-Cybernetics. Very, very deep book that I got recommended by one of my good friends that is a crypto trader. He made like I've mentioned him a lot, but he made like 200K in a couple seconds, like 10 minutes, something fucking stupid. He recommended me that book, and it is insane. So yeah, do you sell products internationally or only in the UK, James?
Absolutely, yes. Obviously, we run TikTok Organic, and we get a lot of US sales, a lot of Canada sales, a lot of sales from everywhere. We have run ads overseas in the past, however, they weren't as efficient. We ran them in the US and Canada, but right now, yeah, we're running ads purely in the UK, and obviously, you guys know organic comes from everywhere.
And how have you sort of, do you ship, like, how do you go about shipping them? Have you sort of looked into anything to reduce shipping times or anything like that? Or is that something that you're going to look at in the future? What
So we,
sort of pricing is it for the delivery in, say, to the US or Canada?
so yeah, we use tracked on every order, whether it's UK or not, and it's Royal Mail tracked, and I think it cost them £7 to the US, and pretty much everywhere £7. Costs
Yeah,
us
that's
about
sweet.
£7.
That is sweet because you've obviously got quite a small product, so it's good. That is very good there because to ship to America with clothes, it was like 20 quid. So it's good that you've got
Yeah.
sort of. And do you make the customers pay that, or do you?
Yeah, so in the US they pay £7. For UK, we offer £1 48-hour delivery. I think it costs us £3.30, and then they have the option to spend £4 for 24-hour delivery, and that costs us £4.
Yeah, I rate that a lot. Yeah, that's definitely a sick idea, and I've said this before, but if you guys are also thinking of sort of in the shipping options, you've got free shipping, insured, and priority. What you could do is make free shipping. Like, let's say if you're running a brand and you got £4 shipping in the UK, right? What I would do is you could maybe increase by your product price by 10%, and then add free shipping, and then maybe you're only paying, let's say, £1 to £2 for the shipping. However, in the grand scheme of things, the conversion on free shipping, especially to increase abandoned carts and stuff like that, especially if you've got a brand and it's in the UK and it's fast and it's free, then your conversion is going to be a lot higher. So that's a little tip that I thought I would just add. And obviously, a lot of you guys already know that. A lot of you guys already know from what I put in the shipping section, that adding these different tiers is a good way to increase your average order value as well. More within the drop shipping realm, you can have free shipping, you can have fucking £4.99 shipping, and you can have £8.99 shipping. Even though they're all the exact same, it's a little bit unethical, but they're all the exact same shipping. They just think that paying £8.99 on top is going to make their shipping faster, or it's going to give them insurance, but they've already got technically insurance on it and they've already got it tracked, which is pretty cool idea to increase your average order value. And it's something you could even do if you're running ads to increase your overall profit per acquisition and per purchase that you get.
People love free shipping.
Exactly, without a doubt. You like Atomic? Oh yeah, Atomic Habits is the best book I think I've ever read in my life. Outwitting the Devil as well. I need to get that.
It's a very, very good book, yeah. You guys will all relate to it as well, because you guys have, it's all about purpose and it makes people happy and stuff. It's deep, but it's fucking amazing. You guys will love it.
Yeah, the book that I said was Psycho-Cybernetics. Cole spelt it right. Well, Cole spelt it right. Are subscription products good for dropshipping stores? They can be. The only problem with it is the shipping times. They can be good, but they're more favored for brands where the fulfillment is a bit faster and you can have a little bit more play around with sort of the custom packaging and stuff like that. MRR, yeah, it does make bank. MRR is insane, and dropshipping definitely does work. What was the first book James said? I believe it was. What was the first book you said?
How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah, I'll put them all in the chat now.
What do you think of free product and just pay for shipping? Personally, that was something that was in style before. Could definitely still work without a doubt. That's something that happened massively back in the day, sort of like a year or two ago on TikTok ads. The only thing is you can't track what's it called with doing that. If you do free product and pay for shipping, ads won't actually track. It's hard to track ads of how much they like. Let's say you pay £15 for the shipping, that's not going to get tracked on across your ads, so it fucks up your ROAS a little bit, and the data gets fucked up a little bit. So it's hard to actually tell whether it's profitable, etc. But it is definitely it's definitely a sick idea. 1999 skip the queue. Yeah, AOV is average order value. So basically increasing the amount that the amount the average person pays when they come onto your website. So I think we got about three more minutes. I've really enjoyed this call so far. I can't lie, a lot of value has been spit. But yeah, if you guys...
I'll just add to that average order thing is that if you guys can get complementary products, for example, if you sell clothing, you could have a cargo set. You get the top and the bottoms, or if what I have is chains and the bracelet, and then I also have a matching ring. And if you can get a upsell somewhere on the product page, like a frequently bought together, that will play a huge role in your AOV and your ability to scale.
Yeah, that's some sauce right there. Any other?
I'll also add one more thing while they were waiting for questions. Picture reviews are so fucking powerful. We since we got picture reviews, I got absolutely tons of them, and it has changed the game for us. I don't know if it's just picture reviews. We also hired some guy to speed up the website and got better pictures and everything. But picture reviews are very powerful, and get the picture reviews to be your ideal client. So if you're selling to people in the UK 19 to 25, get them picture reviews to be them, and get them in different environments, different scenes, get them smiling, and you'll love it. It'll be very beneficial to you.
What are your favorite apps to add to your store, James?
My favorite apps. Let me just whip them up. I'll just go through some of them. Obviously, some of them are more basic, and I don't know what level you guys are at. Obviously, Klaviyo for email, SMS Bump for text. Sticky Cart is great. Sticky Cart is essentially an app that allows your add to cart button to stick to the bottom of the screen. So when they scroll past it, they'll still have an add to cart button there. Frequently Bought Together is a great app. This is an app that I use for the complementary products. So adding a t-shirt with a pair of shorts together. If you get that, that's fantastic. Ultimate Sales Boost is a great one. I think that adds different payment icons to your product pages. Guaranteed and feature icons. Yeah, that's the payment one. But some of them I can't even remember what they do, but they're all great. Let me see if there's any more. Yeah, Luke's is what I use for reviews, and Ultimate Trust Badges. That's really good. That allows you to add like a lifetime guarantee icon, a £1 express delivery icon, and makes the website more visual, because people who are on TikTok, coming off TikTok, they're going to respond to visuals and they don't want to have to read around for long. So getting different visual elements to your product pages will be very beneficial to you as well.
Yeah, sweet. So we'll take one more question, and then I think we'll wrap it up.
If you guys have any questions as well at the end, you can either put them in the Lord's chat, and I'll reply to anything that I didn't explain too clearly, or that you'd like a further explanation on. I'm very happy to do that.
Chavo, fuck off. Would you rather focus full time in one brand or multiple brands doing well?
One brand for sure. I mean, if you've got a good brand, you can scale it to multiple millions. You just have to constantly improve and constantly get better. So one brand. It's also a lot easier to go from 1 to N than 0 to 1. So starting a brand is always going to be the hardest part, but once you've got to a point where you have a fantastic website, you've got loyal customers, you've got a great product, you've got great suppliers, you have a lot of social proof, it's going to be so much more easier for you to scale from, let's say, 50k a month to 100k a month than from 0 to 50k.
How long did it take to get your first sale?
The first night we launched, we ran ads, and it was in Q4.
That's cold. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up there. No, I'm not doing a fucking supplier's voice. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. If you guys want to go back over this, then it'll be dropped in the recorded call section. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, I think the call was very effective, and we're going to be doing a lot of calls this week. There's one on Thursday with Mr. Franco Crean himself, And if you don't know who Franco is, then you're going to get to know on Thursday. But yeah, we got another one as well this week. So yeah, thank you very much, James, for hopping on.
I hope I helped you guys. It was great to be on here.
Yeah,
and
the
if you
call's
guys
been
have any
sick.
questions, then let me know.
Should definitely do another one of these soon, I think.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I'm always available. I'm always trying to get my name out there and help you guys. The start is always the hardest part, and as long as you understand that you guys actually can do this, and if you put your mind to it, you actually can change your life. Once you realize that it actually is your choice, you can do anything. And I didn't realize that until I started getting a few sales, and then just grind, man. And you guys can do this, and you're investing in yourselves already. So I can't wait to see you guys succeed, and just keep pushing.
Let's go.
Just fucking do it.
Sweet, boys. Hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, like I said, the call's going to be put into the recorded call, so you can go back through it. We've got so much shit coming soon. So much stuff. So many channels getting updated this week. We got loads of group calls. Yeah, Palace to the moon and back. Can we get a quick, as always? Can we get? Hold on. Let me just quickly screen record this. Yeah, business
69.
already knows. Business already knows. Can we get a spam? And I want to see how powerful the Palace is. Can we get a spam of emojis? Get a spam of castle emojis going, boys. Let's go. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you coming out and listening to